In the previous segment, we looked at art as investment, specifically how one turns a profit from an art collection, and the service providers who can help. In the primary art market, a buyer commissions or buys an artwork directly from the artist, and as much as it does not offer a profit until it is resold, its value may potentially go up but never realized. Meanwhile, in the secondary art market, an art purchase can be a capital investment, an asset that can be resold for profit in venues such as auctions, both physical and online, and through private collectors and dealers. Profitability is often a significant consideration, even in some areas of the primary art market. Art investors strain their eagle eyes on the output of investable artists. And why not? Art investments have been outperforming the S&P 500 index for well over 2 decades. Now that we have gone through the art investment ecosystem, let's go back to the special storage facility and see how art collections are maintained in blue chip condition. In the next segment, we go deep into safekeeping physical art investment. Collecting requires diligence even after the acquisition has been completed. Creating proper documentation for each piece, collating the paperwork associated with the purchase, and ensuring that the artworks are stored safely in the right facility support the preservation of the integrity and the value of the collection. There are professional service providers that specialize in this.
To move art in a normal time is extremely complicated and extremely costly because they are extremely well protected. They crates, they weigh tons and tons. So to move them by cargo plane, the logistical situation is a big cost that a gallery has to incur. Is a big cost for any operation of the art business.
When the artworks come in, which are usually by air, although a portion of the bigger volumes will come by sea, our shippers will receive all the artworks in their original condition. We will bring back to the warehousing facilities. We'll do a visual condition check, and then we will document if there's any damages or wear and tear, or will they pack in the way that the artwork should be packed. So in that case, we'll document all these things, and then if the artworks are deemed suitable for showcasing, we will transfer them to the gallery or to the exhibition venue.
However, if they're not,
if they're not, we would have to write a damage report very detailedly, together with probably about 20 to 30 pictures from all the angles and even a few videos as well. And then we have to trace where the fault or the damages occur. Was it at the point of shipping, during transshipment, or upon receiving?
During the pandemic, it made everything worse because obviously the priority was to move for the food and supplies of pharmaceutical. So the price skyrocketed for like 20 times. So that's why many galleries, they stop having exhibition and stop also moving arts around. We are in every continent and we're constantly moving arts around. The timing has to be always right, so the preparation has to be months and months in advance. When you move this kind of art, you do only solely with professional people, that's what they do. But even though when you do this kind of things, sometimes there are some hiccups.
Now I would imagine that if it happens, then the piece will likely not go on exhibition.
It will be held in an area that is not deemed suitable for viewing because the artwork has defects.
Do you encounter this problem a lot?
Minimal 2%. Because we have always emphasized to our global partners, the minimum requirements, the procedures, and the protocols must be followed when you handle the artworks. And when they pack and ship and create the artwork, they have to send us pictures as well, so that we would know what the condition of them are before we receive them.
Where would the problem occur?
The more frequent cases that we experienced were artworks coming from artists, or maybe they on consignment basis. It comes from outside the network, so that is something that we do not have control. It could be even from consignment from customers themselves. So the customers will engage their own preferred shipping agent, and the way they pack the artworks is not ideal for shipping. So that is something that we strongly advise against. We would recommend them to use our partners instead.
Artworks that move within the gallery's international networks are well protected, as reputable galleries engage professional art handlers. However, some accidents still happen, and when they do, the damaged piece is pulled out of the exhibition.
Like the other day, we had Philip Colbert exhibition. We shipped some of the statue from Korea, and one got broken. And so once he got here, it was broken, and it was already sold for a client. It's a big problem. Sometimes if you have an exhibition also that, you have a number of pieces, if one of the pieces get damaged, you have one wall which is empty because you cannot put a damaged painting. So that's why you always have to be prepared for the unexpected to happen.
I saw your teammates working on a few pieces earlier, and they seem to be very well trained. Do you provide the training for them, or are they hired from an outside workforce provider?
They are all fully certified after going through 2 weeks of training, where they will be taught the basics like the different types of packaging materials, anything from art tissue paper, wax paper, bubble wrap, shrink wrap, cling wrap, using the correct packing materials on the correct artwork.
What type of art would be difficult to handle?
The more thin and fragile the artwork is,
The more difficult
the more difficult, because
is to pack.
it's so delicate. Some of them are like paper that is like almost translucent, and it's like pencil, or the kind of medium that is not like oil on pastels. It's also, example, is a watercolor pastel paper,
yeah.
Japanese paper,
I can imagine.
or Korean paper, rice paper. It's so thin. It's probably about 1.5 mm. Those are very, very delicate, and we have to ensure all eyes are on the artwork, the way it's handled, the way it's packed, the way it's transported, even locally, from the gallery to the warehouse to the client to anywhere else.
Expenses related to logistics, including storage, transport, and insurance, depend on the location of the exhibition. They also comprise the highest in the gallery's operating expense. In places like Singapore, where regulations are in place and enforced, and where security is high, insurance and logistical expenses are relatively lower.
Where does the insurance end? The moment it's sent out?
The moment that it is marked as delivered, the moment that the customer or the recipient signs off on the delivery order, the insurance will stop there. Yes, but as long as it's within the Opera Gallery network, the insurance is effective.
So even if it's in transit outside this facility, it's going, say, to Orchard Road Gallery, then that is still within your responsibility.
That's correct. Right. Even if it's a local transit or international transshipment by air, by sea, by land, it's all covered, as long as it's within our network.
So when the bill of lading is signed by the consignee or the buyer or another party, that's the only time that it's out of your hands.
Yes.
Right.
The insurance will end there.
We have covered the basis of investing in art, from choosing the artworks to protecting and enhancing their value and turning a profit from them. However, this would not be complete unless we have at least a quick glance into non-fungible tokens, or NFTs, as an important element in the future of art investment. In the next segment, we will discuss what many are calling a revolutionary approach to art creation and art investment. Secret Singapore is a digital content developed by Portfolio magazine. It acquaints portfolio audiences with little-known places, products, and services that are of interest to them. The very limited access to said places, products, and services naturally arouse the audience's curiosity, and Secret Singapore rewards them with an entertaining and informative vicarious experience.